we at? 57 seconds. I'm gonna wait a couple of more minutes because I know that YouTube is having a lag. They give me some time to look for the High Priestess card. Hey, Ray Nicole. I like your profile picture. It's cute. Can I get a little sound check, guys? Can you put a number 1 if you have clear audio from me, please? Can I get the High Priestess here? Like, what the heck? Oh, Lord knows I can't stand this part of it. It drives me crazy. That's interesting. Does this deck not have the High Priestess? Am I the retarded one here? Let me see how many peoples I got in here. 4? Okay. Sounds like a plan. Alright, guys. So, you already know what it is. Welcome to Nothing But the Truth, guys. Motherfucking Chronicles. Shout out to my day oneies. Y'all already know. And to those of you who are new to this channel, welcome. And, I hope that you have a little bit of fun with us today. Being that I have decided to do something different, I've decided that I am going to, thank you, Ray. I decided that I am going to start doing readings for each month, each zodiac sign. And I'm going to do, it's going to be mini reads usually. And then, for my subbies, they'll be able to get the bone throw and, the characteristics and so on and so forth. We gotta leave something for the members. Alright, so today I am using the Everyday Witch Tarot. And we are talking about the sign of Taurus. Now, for those of you who are not Taurus, I've decided that I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of some of the characteristics of Taurus. I've decided to do my prayer before I get on for the sake of the length of the video because it takes YouTube about 3.5 minutes to even tell you that I'm here. So, when we are talking about the Taurus and the Tarot, the Taurus represents the earth sign. So, when the Taurus is coming up in court cards like the king and the queen, you're going to see them in the suit of coins because they are earth signs. You will also see that the Taurus is represented by the Empress sometimes. But the actual card that is linked to Taurus is the High Priestess, which is this card here in the deck, which will be at the center. So before we do that, I am going to do the bone throw. There she is. Alright, so anyway, let's get to talk a little bit about the characteristics of Taurus. So when we talking about Taurus males, and this is general for any of the Taurus, um, if the characteristics or the storyline doesn't fit you, then it means that it is not talking to you. This is not going to happen to every Taurus this month, but some Taurus will get into this energy. Okay, so when we're talking about a male Taurus, typically a male Taurus is tall, handsome, dark skinned, dresses really nice. When they're young, you might find that they have this hustler mentality. They gotta have the newest sneakers, the this, that, the third. They gotta have it together. When you dealing with the typical Taurus female, they're about my complexion, maybe between 5'1" and 5. I would say 5'5", usually medium to small build, and very small build, I would say, but height wise, you know, average. Now, a lot of the characteristics of the basic ones are, the fact that they like the glitz and glamour, nice cars, they like money, they're very fashion conscious, they're very poverty conscious. They do not want to experience no level of poverty. Some, depending on which end of the pendulum they're swinging on, if they're not in balance, some can tend to be very shallow. And then those on the other side who they want all of these things, they talk about all of these things, but they kind of lazy, not very motivated. But you also have those Taurus that are overly loving. Now, Taurus represents the dates of April 20th to May 2nd. To May 20th, I'm sorry. April 20th to May 20th is the date range for Taurus, okay? And May dominates the Taurus sign, according to, the rules of astrology. Now, one of the, I would say, cons about Taurus are that they tend to get emotionally fixated on material things. That's when they are not balanced. And then you have those who are overly aggressive. They can be blunt, very harsh. You may find like they got OCD and they remember every damn thing. They remember every little darn thing. Everything is under inventory. Outside of that, a Taurus may curse you out from time to time, but they solid all the way across the board. They are some of the most loving beings and most loyal beings that you can sort of account for. So, I'm going to throw the bones to see what is the energy that will be covering Taurus for this month. Make sure you guys can see. Okay, so the females are pretty much out of the map. So the females may be having a pretty decent month, but this also could represent, just a general masculine energy. So, let's go, and we're going to start from the air signs and go all the way around like I usually do. Because as we see here, this month is looking like Taurus will not be focusing on Taurus. And so, one of the things that Taurus is going to have to be mindful about here is that when it comes to communication, when it comes to your thoughts, when it comes to contracts, you want to make sure that you got your eyes open, because it's looking like, there may be some disturbances with the way you make your decisions and your choices this month. And being that you have the bell here, this is letting me know that this is a warning. Be very careful about communicating with people. Be very careful about contracts and agreements, written agreements, verbal agreements, court cases, things of that nature. Keep your eyes open and be aware of those things. There's going to be, this little wave of aggressive energy that passes during the course of this month. those who fall into this energy, okay, is not what, don't fall for it, okay? It's a whole lot of negative energy floating around the globe, and you're gonna have to make a choice not to fall for that. And this represents the masculine energy, and this lets me know that this masculine energy is over in the spirit realm. This is not so much for the physical plane, but this is energetically. This is going to be what is felt: tension, anxiety, aggravation, confusion, frustration, all of those things. So you want to make sure that you don't fall into it. Now, in the fire signs, it's showing me here fire signs or in the fire energy represent an action and movement. Okay. Also, it represents the Sagittarius, the Leo, and the Aries. Where air sign represents the Gemini, the Libra, and the Aquarius. So when it comes to any of you guys who may have a relationship with someone in a fire signs, this pertaining mostly to those who are in a relationship with someone who is probably dark skinned, okay, and who may be a fire sign or have the characteristics of a fire sign, which is those who are, very self-driven, entrepreneurial, maybe managers, or have really good jobs, possibly artists, or rappers, musicians, painters, whatever. That's the kind of energy they are in, generally. But the reason why I say this person very well may be dark skinned is because this bead here represents a dark skinned individual, and it's showing that this person lives in the home. There may be also a child involved that's outside of the situation. Is going to come out that this whole situation with a child is what's causing a lot of financial strain. This is where this male comes in at. This is definitely somebody who lands in a fire signs, okay? So anybody who seems to be dealing with that, I'm seeing here, this is letting me know that this is definitely about a side relationship, okay, and a marriage. The marble standing here is letting me know that, there is definitely cheating and messing around going on. I don't know who this is, okay, but this individual who's messing around thinks they got it made in a damn shade, okay, and they got a lot of people's emotions wrapped up in this situation. It's just a mess. It's a lot of choices that need to be made. It's a lot of negativity, and there's 2 children involved in a situation. This is literally picking up something, and I know it can't be that many of y'all having this situation. This is coming up this way because it comes down with the bone of choice, the fork, the coffin pin, and the fish. This is coming up this way because who's ever having this situation is going to get out of hand to the point where it becomes a problem where something happens to somebody physically, okay? Preferably someone who is like my complexion or a little bit lighter, okay? And this situation is definitely going to cost somebody life. This is on the earth sign. This is the mud. This is the coffin pin. This represents the physical, your body being the physical. Whoever has this going on in this live, because it wouldn't just be picking up some random, unless it's going to pop up on the news, probably should call me so that we can figure out how to not deal with that. But there's definitely a lot of aggressive energy passing around, and it's not saying that y'all are gonna have a bad month because of it, but it's just letting you know that this is something that you don't want to fall into, So it's a warning saying, listen, you can have a great month if you can just manage not to get sucked up in the negativity, because it's just because of all of the things that's carrying on in the world. And this is y'all month, so y'all will be a little bit more sensitive to it than everybody else probably. So let's see what the cards got to say for the Taurus. I am going to do probably a half deck reading on it, to mean that I've thrown the bones. So let's see what Taurus is about. And so the High Priestess is about being in tune with the intuition, knowing how to create and manifest in this physical reality. This is about tapping into the spirit with your mind and focusing your energy. So let's see for the month of May, what is going to be the thing that Tauruses in general need to focus on. What do you guys need to focus on in general for this month? Let's see. Okay. So what it's showing me here is the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. And this is talking about, it's talking about wealth. It's also talking about things picking up and getting better. Okay? It's talking about you guys focusing on how to get your finances back in order, how to get things back on track, being that we've been out of commission for a while. It's looking like, you know, this little setback that we've had kind of affected the Tauruses a little bit differently. And like I told you, Tauruses tend to get emotionally fixated on their physical possessions. That doesn't make them bad. That's just the energy that they're in, and that's okay. So what do we need to do to cope? I'll be doing the Libras on another one. This video is strictly for the Tauruses, beloved. So what do we need to do to cope with this anxiety? Because that's all it really is. And so it's saying that instead of worrying yourself about that, you know, driving yourself up the wall, driving your brain into the wall, you need to sit back and relax and enjoy the people and your loved ones around you. Hey, Tamisha, how you doing? That's what that's saying. It's saying all of the stress you're putting yourself through is not going to be as bad as it feels like it is. You know, it's just temporary. And so we need to detach our emotions from the money, bills, paying, cars, clothes, whatever, and just refocus our attention on people that we love but don't get to spend no time with because we on the chase. We trying to make sure everything stays stable. All right, so that's the overall for you guys this month. So let's see if there's anything that would be an obstacle this month that you need to be aware of. Okay, so what this is showing you here is the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. And so this is about you being grateful and thankful for being in positions that you are in. Y'all are comfortable. Y'all are able to feed yourselves. Y'all are able to clothe yourselves. Y'all got y'all phones. Y'all got, you know, everything that you need. And it's showing that, you know, y'all have been a little bit isolated away from everyone else, as we all have been. It's saying to you that things are going to change before you know it. You know, it's going to be back to normal. So what it's talking about is how you guys are tired of being isolated, how you're ready to get back to your lives, get back to your families. This is what's frustrating you. At the same time, these same cards are letting you know that it's not going to stay that way. Hi, Tiffany, baby. How are you? It won't be staying that way. So let me throw another roll in for that. So it's talking about using this time to use your mind so that you can create more and take advantage of the situation. Okay. The Page of Wands is letting you know, don't do things out of haste. Make sure that your ideas are clear and that you guys have a clear goal and a clear plan. But what it's saying is, with the Magician, it is time for you to start manifesting. Stop stagnating. This is the perfect opportunity for you guys to figure out who you are, and what you are capable of achieving when you have time to spend with yourself. Okay? That's what this is talking about here. And that's an important thing. Point blank, bottom line, and then period. So, let's see what is going to be the state and position of the Taurus's mindset for this month. Will the Taurus's mindset and focus match with what, Spirit is saying you guys need to do and the things that you need to ignore? Will you be on that same frequency mentally so that you can achieve these things, so that you can have a productive and clear and comfy month? Okay, so what it's talking about is you guys actually being on that mindset, and it's looking like, there's a possibility that in the month of Taurus, we might get to go back to work. When Taurus, if we are not able to go back to work, this is going to be representing you taking what you have piled up, your little stockpile of coins, and deciding that, all right, it's time for me to create my own future for my family. Okay? That's what this is talking about. This is talking about saying, you know what, I'm fed up with this. I'm not about to wait for nobody to hire me. I'm about to create my own lane and go get to the money. So it's showing that Tauruses will have their mind lined up with what Spirit is saying in reference to what needs to happen. Okay? For you guys to have a good month. So, now I'm going to go to week 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm going to close out the reading. So this is week 1, which is showing the 10 of Cups, the King of Wands, the 9 of Cups, and the 8 of Swords. Okay, so it's showing here with the 10 of Cups that this month is going to be ruled by family and emotions. Okay, it's going to be showing that there is the person that is the provider and the masculine energy in the house will be having to walk away. It seems that he may be going to jail. Anybody who's out here doing what they do, you let that person know that he needs to be careful. But this role is definitely focused on that type of energy. Okay, this also could represent, because of family issues, those of you who are working in manager positions, office positions, things like that. Those of you who may be having family issues may be walking away from work and feeling like you're a little bit trapped and helpless because you had to for the sake of the family. Okay? So, what do we need to do to, make that look a little bit better? See, I don't want to just do a reading on your zodiac sign. I want to find out what's going on and get you the solutions. Okay? So, what this is telling you is it shows the Emperor. It shows death. It shows the 7 of Pentacles. And it shows the 4 of Cups. Okay? So it's definitely showing me here where an elder who is a provider may be having a little issue. Anybody know who that is? Call me and let me know. But it's definitely in reference to him losing his job. Okay? And so you're going to have to work together, be supportive. Okay, it's not going to be something that he could have controlled. It will not be because he did not go to work and do what he was supposed to do. So whoever ends up in that situation, I urge that you be supportive and y'all guys put your heads together so y'all can get through things. Now let's see what week 2 is bringing up. Okay, so week 2 is going to be about getting free back out into the world, getting together, getting your projects together, getting, work together. Those of you who are in school, getting reports and things together with groups, just getting back to life. When it's time to get back to that, in that week, if that's what actually takes place, because we are here and we are dealing with free will, so things can change. It's gonna be a little battle, it's gonna be a little struggle. It's gonna be a moment in time when you got to remember that you got to get your body back used to this. So guys, when if we go back to work, we need to do that in calmness and in high vibration. We got to make sure we getting our rest, our water, because our bodies have now gotten used to less movement, less action, and we don't want to stress our bodies out and end up sick. Okay. Now, I want to look at love really quick. Overall, one of my cards flipped the wrong way. For week 2, I want to look at love. I think I might look at love for week 2 and 3. What we have here is the Star, the Fool, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Tower. Now, the Queen of Pentacles usually represents the Earth sign, so that could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, and we're in the Earth signs. And it's showing that there's some wishful thinking about starting over. The thing is, it's looking like one of our Tauruses may have been crossed by someone. And right now, she is not looking like she wants to change her mind. So I'm going to ask to find out if not changing her mind and letting the situation end. Let's see if that's the right move for her. Okay, so whoever you are, okay, whoever this is pertaining to, don't let your fighting, get in the way of your heart. Do things in fairness. This is why you have the 5 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Justice card. It's talking about doing things not from the perspective of anger, but from the perspective of love, and do it fairly. Okay, so it's not saying that it's a good idea for you to sit there and turn into a stone cold brick wall. Okay, it's not okay for you to do that. What it's talking about is taking a time out to calm down and reassess the situation, and then make your choices based on that. I guarantee you, whatever choice it is going to be opposite of what you thought it would have been. All right, so let's get into week 3. And turn them around. 7 of Wands, 3 of Cups, Wands. Okay, so week 3. We got the 10 of Wands, we got the 3 of Cups, we got the 4 of Wands, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. All right, now this is talking about, kind of being overwhelmed, but sometimes it can be a conversation of block thinking or, carrying the burden of everybody else. And it's showing that in, week 3, when it comes to the foundation, when it comes to family, when it comes to work. Oh, thank you. When it comes to work, it's like you have to carry your whole entire department because none of them ever do what they're supposed to do. Thank you very much, Miss Booker. I appreciate that. Much love is love, 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 love. This is gonna be a month where it starts out kind of feeling heavy, but no worries. You will be celebrating. You will be hanging out with friends and family. There'll be little moments where you kind of isolate yourself for a break, like, oh my God, this is just too much. But you know how you give it up. Yeah, I get right back to it, so it's no problem there. Let me look at love for this week. I did not turn the darn cards around the proper way. Why y'all didn't say nothing? Okay, so when we talking about love for this week, when it comes to friends and family, everything is all good, boo-boo. All right? But when it comes to the relationship, you still may feel this energy of being stuck and indecisive because, you're forcing yourself into not reuniting with this person, knowing that you have this emotional attachment. I'm still reading. And it's like, why can't I let go? So you become depressed a little bit, okay? So what we need to do to duck this depression and for us to make the right decision so we don't have to go through that, because we don't want to go through that this month. Right. Exactamundos. So it's giving you the Temperance, the Queen of Wands, Seven of Wands. The Six of Wands, and the Moon. And so this is talking about breathe, take your time, relax, step away from the situation, go deal with yourself, okay? Whether you gotta go get a back massage, if they open up stuff, because we on quarantine. If you gotta pamper yourself, whatever you gotta do, take a time for yourself and remember who you are. Remember that, you are supposed to be happy. You are supposed to feel victorious, and I think that sometimes, when things aren't going our way as people in general, but Taurus is a good for this, our thoughts about ourselves get a little bit cloudy. And so we got to make sure that we don't allow that to happen because, there's nothing wrong with, being upset. But don't make permanent choices out of being pissed off. So now let's go and see what's going on in week 4. Yep. Down to the wire the last week. Okay. I don't know what's going on with y'all this month. Now week 4. I don't know who this is. But it seems that there's an infidelity. It seems that there will be an older woman who may also be an earth sign, or very well may be older with children, but a little bit more established. Maybe my complexion, maybe dark skin. Usually they are my build and, or a little bit thicker in my complexion. And, we have this King of Swords here. So this may be involving a male that's like my complexion, handsome, medium build. This is somebody who may be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius male. So let me see what is going on with this situation so you know who you are and so you can listen out for the solution. Now, what it is showing is that, to everyone else, it would look like you guys have everything going on. Everything is perfectly fine. Okay, so y'all have a way of keeping your business to yourself. Okay, but it's looking like there may be the decision to walk away from the relationship. If you guys are young, because you got this Two of Swords, this would say, you should be walking away. You should not be ignoring this. And the Two of Swords is about not wanting to make a choice, not wanting to address your issues, not wanting to face things that hurt. Okay? And so this is where we're gonna have to get it together. So this just took it straight to the relationship any old way. What is the solution for this? Coping with the pain and aggravation of this situation. Right. Okay. So what it's talking about is, it's showing that whoever this person was with the person since they were younger. And pretty much had their mind mapped out to what their life was going to be together. All right. And because of this, it's showing that this person is becoming cold, starting to move in the energy of the water signs. Okay. And so this is about not doing that. This is about making the effort not to. So remember that negative energy I was talking to you guys about when we was reading the bones. This is the type of energy that would allow this to take place. So you guys got to be very mindful. Okay, and then the overall, the outs to the comes. So we have this King of Cups that pops up. So if anybody is dealing with a male that is either Pisces or Scorpio or Cancer, it's talking about balance. It's talking about, this bickering and beefing and gossiping that goes on. That's coming from a earth sign that happens to be younger. Hey, Miss Red, what's going on? So it's showing that we have our earth sign, that's doing a lot of gossip, causing a lot of dis-ease and imbalance. Exactly. And this person that you're doing this to, you creating this insecurity in this person that really cares about you. Okay. Right. And this water sign with this Chariot here, Nine of Wands and the Knight of Wands, this is about him, finding this out and making a choice to defend himself, and stand up for himself. But right now, this person really likes you. But you don't have too much nice to say, and you're not saying what you gotta say to their face. So, for this particular earth sign, let's see what that would be about. Right. And so what this is talking about is that this is not going to create anything but stress and aggravation, okay? And no one's going to want to be around you. And then everything that you did to this person is going to come back to you. People are going to do the same thing to you. So, you might want to stop being mischievous and start acting like you got some sense. And this is for whoever this young male or female is that is, either associated with somebody in this room who starts trouble. Maybe somebody has a child that's playing two parents against each other. Things like that. Yes. So I'm going to throw down these last three for the resolution to this situation. And then you guys can, ask your little questions. Yeah, this is a discussion of somebody who's dealing with a child that's very mischievous, starts trouble. Maybe the only child and the other parent has a really bad weakness, like he would be out poor in the streets messing with this kid, okay, who very well may be a Taurus. But this also could be an adult acting like a hot mess too, because the pages have been coming up for adults a lot lately. Do you guys have any questions So let's see. We are at 40 minutes. I will wait a couple of minutes just in case you guys have questions for Taurus. Alrighty. Okay, so it's safe to say that there's no questions, right? Okay. So, Miss Ray, can you type in the chat? Okay. If they got any questions. That way everybody sees it. Nobody could say they missed it. I gave everybody an opportunity to ask their questions. Okay, so I'm guessing everybody did that. Alrighty, cool. So, now that we got that done, I am going to get off of this joint. I had a wonderful time reading the Tauruses. Yes, you may have a rough month, and that's okay. That is a part of your human experience. Everybody cannot have a good month. And, at least you're having a bad month, not because you came in with funky energy, but it's just all over the earth. So your job this month is to primarily focus on not getting sucked up into the negative energy, sucked up into the arguments, sucked up into the fighting, sucked up into the gossip talking. This is a month where you are going to focus on getting back to the chicken, getting back to the money, getting life back into its cipher, okay? That's what your focus is on. I will do a recap on the Taurus at the end of the month. And I think I may do that for everybody's Zodiac, where I do an opening for the month and then we close out for the month. And see what kind of progress we made. Anybody have any questions about parts of the reading that they feel personally pertain to them, you can call me and we can talk about it. But other than that, like, share, and subscribe. If you are new to Team NBT, then, don't forget to do that. If you're interested in getting your cards read by me, the one and only NBT Scott, then you can hit me up at 917-300-1683 and book your first time subscribers reading for 15 minutes for $15. So, hopefully I get to talk to you guys later. Shout out to all my day ones. I do this because y'all crazy. You already know. So, I will talk to y'all later. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Stay about them hospitals. Behave yourselves, okay? Tauruses. No negative energy. I don't care if you got to woosah every day. Woosah every day. If you got to pray to Buddha every day, then damn it, pray to Buddha every day then. But don't get sucked up into the negative energy. Okay? Thank you. Love y'all. Oh, Miss Red, take the FML. Take the FML off. Just NBT. You're very welcome, Miss Red. When we get off, can you do me a favor and call me? I want to tell you something. Later.